What's up, guys? I want to welcome you to another episode of Inside the Green Room. I'm doing it from another section in the studio right now because we've been working through some issues with the live and with the live stream and with the audio, so I'm hoping to work through those now. If you guys hear anything or have any suggestions, please feel free to comment. I want to thank a few of the sponsors that you saw in the crawl. I want to thank Rhino Metals, of course, for all the tables and everything in here. I want to thank Gallo Technologies, Volquartz and Firearms, Blackwater Ammunition, Galco Leather Holsters, Pulsar Thermal Imaging Technology. Love Pulsar. Go check those guys out. So I appreciate all you guys and the sponsors. The show wouldn't be possible without the sponsors. So please stream and make sure you take a minute and thank them. Let me know if you hear any bugs or anything. But I want to jump first to last week. We had some great guests last week. I was honored to have All-American Dave in here. Awesome to get a nutrition guy in every now and then, somebody who takes dieting and training seriously as he does. It's great to have him in every now and then to give us a little bit of a gut check or a health check. So I appreciate that. So, hey, Daryl, let me know if the audio is good, if the voice is good. So appreciate it. I want to thank Liberte Austin. Awesome guest to have on. Liberty's a longtime friend. It was great to have her in to talk a little bit about her work with U.S. Law Shield and some of the stuff going on in the industry. It's just always great to catch up with her. She was in town filming a pilot. We talked a little bit about that. So if you get a chance, go and check out that podcast. We had a lot of fun. So it's great to see her and great to have her in. Coming up this week, we have a quiet week. We're going to have a couple of guests. One's going to be a surprise, so I'm excited for that. And looming in the not-too-distant future, we have a great lineup. Hopefully Jamie Villamore will be on and Joe Farewell. So looking forward to it in the next couple weeks. I wanted to touch on couple things that came up in the podcast that we talked about quite a bit, especially with All-American Dave. One was get into the topic of training, and where a lot of people ask me after about nutrition. I am not the best guys, to ask nutrition questions. So I want to be upfront about that. I am not the best guy to ask nutrition questions. So I would highly suggest you direct those towards somebody that knows far better than I do. So just stay away from me with those. And I do my best to answer them. But I have guests on like that to discuss the importance of the nutrition and the balance between nutrition and training. I do want to touch on another thing Liberty brought up. One of the things we talked about was her association with U.S. Law Shield and having the availability of legal counsel at times when you may need it. It's definitely something worth it to look into, these types of membership programs or insurances or whatever they are that are out there. I know the NRA offers a rider. I think everybody should take a look at them. They're important, and they're viable options. So go check those things out if you haven't. A lot of people have asked me and have been messaging me about when the NRA show is. Okay, the NRA show is not SHOT Show, so I don't want people to confuse the two. They're two different shows, and I think sometimes they get kind of wrapped up into one term that people use, which is the gun show or whatever. So, the NRA show is not for a little while. I believe it's September, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. September or October this year, and I believe it's in Houston, if I remember correctly. So to everybody that messages me about that or thinks I know just like you guys, I look and I see what's out there. So I appreciate everybody asking, and I'll do the best I can to get you guys answers as I know and where I'll be or what I'll be doing at those shows. So appreciate it. The other thing I wanted to say to everybody that's super chatted or supported any of the contests going on, whether that's with Geeks and Gamers or just in general on Twitter or in any of the platforms, I appreciate you guys. Enter the contests. I'm not even asking you most of the time for an email. It's just basic interaction stuff. And to everybody that's shared the shows, I really appreciate you taking the time to share the shows. Another question somebody asked me was about guests and how I select guests. I say it over and over, guys. I don't know. I don't have a secret formula to my guest system. I do like to give you guys a great mix of different guests. So I'm working on making that balanced, and it's more balanced than you think. To anybody who thinks maybe we have a ton of gun people on, or maybe we have a ton of UFC people on, or maybe we have a ton of... It's actually pretty balanced when you spreadsheet it out. So we do our best. And if you are messaging to potentially be a guest, and that's a concern, or that's something that you're trying to get across my desk, a lot of people send in a lot of requests. So we do our best to sift through them. And if I don't know you or you weren't referred, I do my best to to kick out a solution. What might make sense for both of us? What's up, Radicalized Ryan? So that's what we try to do. I do want to touch on a couple things guests we're working on that could come down the line. There's talk of trying to get Gina Carano on. There's talk of us trying to get Bruce Willis on. There's talk of us, working on a couple of really cool roundtables. So there's a lot of different things where we're trying to get organized for you guys to bring the best show that we can possibly bring to you guys. So I appreciate it. And anyone who tags or thinks somebody would be a great guest, that's always appreciated too. So I can't thank you guys enough for that. Again, everyone in the chat, can't thank you guys enough. Daryl mentioned I saw he received a visit from a certain nutritional bar company. Is Bruce coming? No, Bruce will not be on this week, unfortunately, Daryl. Yeah, he won't be on this week, but yes, he did make a cameo. Pickup. I posted a video on my security camera, and yes, there was an appearance. We need Chuck Norris, Bruce, and Gina. Chuck Norris would be a good one. But we are working on all kinds of guests, guys. I do my best to get them in front of you as best I can. It's it's not always easy. So appreciate you guys, and thank you for all the suggestions. I want to thank the Warrior Poet Society Network. So if you get a chance and you can take a look at the Warrior Poet Society Network. It's a great network. They have awesome programming. We have the show that airs on there. So if you're looking for an alternative that will mix up your content, the Warrior Poet Society Network is definitely a phenomenal option. So can't thank you guys enough. Definitely. And yes, Bicycle Butt Cheeks. That's the greatest name I've ever seen. Just for that, I have to put you on the screen. So all hail Bicycle Butt Cheeks. So when do you guys come up with these names? So I want to thank you guys. I appreciate all the support, and I appreciate everybody working out the kinks again with the audio and video of Inside the Green Room. But I did promise you, and I do want to bring you the show from almost every nook and cranny in the studio that we can. This is from behind the producer's desk, so I want you guys to feel like you've seen it from every angle. So we'll do the best we can to continue to bring you the best angles and show you everything that you haven't seen yet in the studio. So little by little, baby steps, bear with me. We'll work through it. Appreciate everyone. Appreciate all you guys. Can't thank you enough. Go check out all the sponsors. And remember, guys, if you haven't subscribed, liked, or supported the show in some way by adding a comment to the YouTube or anything, it is greatly appreciated when you do. That stuff is phenomenal. So please, any way you can, thumbs up, share the show, support it any way you can. Appreciate you guys. I appreciate everything that you do.